America, the land of freedom, dreams, and boundless potential. But behind the ideals of liberty and justice lies a complex story of self-preservation, fear, and the struggle to remain apart from a turbulent world. For much of its history, the United States chose isolationism, a path of solitude, seeking refuge from the chaos of distant wars and foreign entanglements. It was a doctrine born of hope and caution, but haunted by missed opportunities and hard lessons. Join us on a journey through time as we explore the roots of American isolationism, its rise and fall, and the profound impact it left on a nation forever torn between protecting itself and leading the world. The birth of isolationism, a new nation's caution. In the shadow of independence, America emerged scarred but victorious, weary of conflict and yearning for peace. The young nation's early leaders, still haunted by the brutal fight for freedom, understood the cost of war. George Washington's farewell address in 1796 wasn't just a political statement, it was a heartfelt plea. He warned against permanent alliances, knowing that entanglement in foreign affairs could drag America back into the darkness it had fought so hard to escape. Thomas Jefferson echoed this sentiment, urging Americans to cherish their newfound liberty and avoid entangling alliances. It was a promise to the American people, a promise to protect a fragile dream. As the nation expanded westward, its eyes were fixed inward, focused on the promise of a new frontier, leaving the chaos of the old world behind. 19th century isolationism. The 19th century was a time of contradictions. The Monroe Doctrine of 1823 boldly declared the Western Hemisphere off-limits to European powers, a statement of defiance, but also a warning. America sought to shield itself and its neighbors from imperialism while remaining hesitant to fully engage in the world's affairs. It was a stance rooted in fear and pride, a belief that the American dream was unique, untouchable, and separate. But as the century progressed, the nation grappled with its own internal battles. The Civil War ripped the country apart, leaving deep scars. The dream of manifest destiny, of a continent united under one flag, became an obsession. Yet even as America grew in strength, it remained wary of the world beyond its shores. Challenges to isolationism. As the 19th century waned, America stood at a crossroads. The Industrial Revolution brought prosperity, and with it, a hunger for influence. The Spanish-American War of 1898 forced the nation to confront its own contradictions. Suddenly, America was an imperial power, holding territories far from home. It was a betrayal of isolationist ideals, but also a reluctant step onto the world stage. The desire for isolation persisted, but the world was changing. Trade routes, economic interests, and global power struggles blurred the lines. America could no longer hide, yet isolationism remained a comforting delusion, a promise of peace in a restless world. World War I. When Europe erupted into war in 1914, the United States watched with dread. President Woodrow Wilson's promise of neutrality resonated deeply with a nation scarred by past conflicts. The horrors of trench warfare, the devastation, it was a nightmare America wanted no part of. But neutrality was fragile. German U-boats targeted American vessels, and the Zimmermann telegram revealed sinister plots. Reluctantly, America went to war in 1917, a decision that split the nation's soul. The war ended, but the scars remained. Wilson's vision of a League of Nations, a dream of global unity, was crushed by fears of endless conflict. Isolationism surged back, and the 1920s and 1930s became an era of retreat. America First echoed across the land, a desperate hope that oceans could keep the world's troubles at bay. World War II. Isolationism's illusion shattered on December 7, 1941, when bombs rained down on Pearl Harbor. The pain, the shock, it was undeniable. America could no longer hide from the world. The war demanded sacrifices, young lives lost, families torn apart, but it also united a nation in a cause greater than itself. When the dust settled, America was forever changed. Isolationism was gone, replaced by a vision of leadership and responsibility. The dream of isolationism was never about apathy. It was about self-preservation, a desperate wish to protect a fragile hope. But in a connected world, isolationism was a fantasy. The scars left by wars and missed opportunities remain, a reminder of the price of retreat. America now faces new challenges, global threats that require unity and leadership. The era of isolationism may be over, but its lessons endure. The struggle between solitude and engagement, caution and courage, it's a part of the American story, woven into the fabric of its identity. Thank you for joining us on this emotional journey through American isolationism, a story of fear, hope, and a nation's struggle to find its